All right, let's talk about why Boston is probably the best market on the town.
Yeah,
Besides
best
you got your
market.
Clinchada.
We did the article on the Boston driver with $200,000 earnings. I mean, look, it's all again. Go, sign up to the newsletter, free. It's there. All his 1099s are there for all the trolls. They go, oh, this guy's a liar. He didn't make that kind of money on Uber X and Lyft Standard. He was grossing $200,000 year after year for the last 3 years in a row. 1099s, Uber statements, they're all in there. But anyway, so Chris, I'm part of like once every Monday, I stop by at this coast to coast drivers group. They do a spaces on X. No complainers, all pro drivers, all veterans in their cities, right? And we know. Okay, I get all the screenshots every week with the time slots, right? When Uber messages come in, people send them to me. Boston by far is the highest earning city in the country. So I'm going like, I wonder what the hell the reason is. And one of the gentlemen, Matt, in that group as well, they were talking about it at X, and I was listening, and I was like, what did he say? And then it hit me. Now I know why the Boston market is the most balanced, and the way the markets are supposed to work with dynamic pricing, $30 surges when it's really kicking in, bad weather, all that stuff. It's a beautifully balanced market. Then I go like, I wonder why that is. I wonder why LA is not like that. LA was like that, but now it's not. I'm like, oh, here's the deal. In 2017, you guys are going to say this is old. No, it's not old. It's all relevant. In 2017, the city of Boston that runs the TNCs passed, Chris, a secondary background check, this time run by the state, on top of the checker background check, buddy. Which the second background check, on the right screenshots, you guys can see, 8,000, this is just for 2017, 8,000 Uber and Lyft drivers fail Massachusetts' new background check. So what happened is that this is like an additional filter under the filter, okay? That's why in Boston, by the way, to drive an Uber and Lyft, you have to have a license, separate license by Uber, separate license by Lyft. It doesn't cost you anything, but you have to go through this background check, all right? And state background checks, this is the new law in 2017, is still going on. And that's why Boston is the best market, because it's a perfectly balanced market, right? Demand has grown, but the driver headcount has not grown because not every schmuck can get on the platform. Because there's two separate background checks, and they're run, I think, every 6 months. So if I'm wrong, Matt, you correct me with that. State background checks are required by a new law that was approved last year. This is 2017. The background checks began in January and were due to be completed by Monday. Under the law, drivers for ride-hailing companies must go through a two-part background check, one through the company and one through the state. This is going to be my calling now. In every legislation that I'm supporting, Chris, this has to be in there now. Immediate oversaturation, problem solved. The ride-hailing companies must conduct multi-state background checks on criminal and driving records. Companies must also check the National Sex Offender Registry. If the driver passes, the companies then give the information to the state, which conducts checks through the Registry of Motor Vehicles, the Warrant Management System, as well as the state's criminal records database and sex offender registry. So in that year, when 8,000 drivers got declined to join Uber and Lyft, look at that list, Chris. The shit's too small, but that's the breakdown of why they did not. They were not allowed to get on Uber and Lyft. Read some of those numbers. Read some of the offenses over there, Chris. You can start at the bottom. Actually, if you
Uber,
want.
Lyft, and Fasten were mostly denied because their license had been suspended. They'd be driving for less than 3 years or had multiple serious driving offenses. So, number denied license suspension was 1,640. Driver license less than 1 in 3 years, 1,580. Open cases, 1,250. Multiple serious driving offenses, 1,058. Violent crimes, 958. Violent crime 2, 601. Inactive license, 562. Sex abuse and exploitation, 352. Multiple violations of traffic laws, 347. How far does that go back? Because I'd be fucked if that was the case. Felony fraud, 342. Felony convictions, 334. Open unresolved driving infractions, 331. Reckless operation, 307. DPU discretion, 276. OUI 152, felony robbery 149, open warrants 138, habitual traffic offender 78, sex offender 51, for a total of 10,506 number denied that would have normally passed just on a checker background check.
Yep. How do you like that, Uber? Why don't we do this everywhere? This will immediately solve everybody's problem here. All the oversaturated problem, and then you guys talk about, oh, markets are oversaturated. I'm telling you, Chris, if they run this in LA County, bro, we would be back to 2017. It'll be surging. It'll be beautiful. It'll be just completely balanced. And by the way, I am all for people having a second chance in life, right? But you shouldn't be able to willy-nilly get on and drive. And this is his licenses. Every year he has to get one of these. The left side and the right side. One is for Uber, one for Lyft. Matt, I'm hoping I'm doing this justice, bro. And so here's Matt, actually. Here's the man right here that brought this idea. Those 8,000 drivers were Uber and Lyft drivers already. They were kicked off because the second fucking background check came in. Thank you for the correction. Can you know how wonderful this would be, Chris, if they ran this nationwide? Or, you know, all this legislation we have now going.
Well, the parking tickets is because I may or may not have a lot of parking tickets that I have accrued when I was younger, and having fun and enjoying life. So how long does it go back? Does it go back your entire driving record, or is it like the last
I think 7 to 10 years? You know, I don't know the exact numbers yet, but look, I mean, he brought this up like 10 days ago on one of those coast to coast spaces on X. And I'm like, I'm going to start digging into it because I think this should be part of legislation in any city, every city. Why not? I mean, this doesn't hurt anybody. So, you know, I mean, there were like sex offenders and criminals and multiple felonies and shit in there. And the guy says they were already in there, right? Oh yeah. Oh my God, please do that in MSP. Yeah, I think it should be part of. I bet you Uber and Lyft will like vehemently reject this idea.
Why?
They'll be like, no. You know, I'm like, no. This would be awesome. This would be awesome.
Drivers in chat, put a 1 if you think it's a good idea to have this secondary background check. 2 if you think it's a bad idea. Put it in the chat. Let us know now.
All right, 1 or 2. Let's see the 1s and 2s. The other thing is, Chris, you know, oversaturated markets don't become oversaturated because they need to be oversaturated. What they do is when everybody and their uncle is driving and then, you know, checker background check is watered down is not enough. Look at these ones. Look at these ones. If anybody puts a 2, I'm going to commit suicide. Yeah, there you go. Community has spoken.
If anybody puts a 2, it's because they probably shouldn't be driving.
That's about what shouldn't be driving. Exactly. So, Chicago has an ordinance coming up. Boston has one coming up. Portland has one coming up. I'm going to immediately get in touch, and then I'm going to make Matt the head of the head of this little game we're going to play. And there's Eric E. Put 2. Are you criminal?
Eric, sorry, you're deactivated.
Yeah, you're deactivated. And to me, it's like this is a no-brainer. This is absolutely a no-brainer to me. That. And the reason Boston is the best market is not because it pays the best, because it's the most balanced, Chris. You know what I mean? Yeah. People who are not supposed to drive are not driving because that's the only thing they can do, by the way, on Uber. You know, if you're a criminal and shit, and if you just pass it, you pass it. Or if you're on some fake account, you did it because that's the only income you have. You can't go get a regular job. They're going to run a background check on you anyway, even at McDonald's, right? So it's such a balanced market. I can see it. I mean, I know Matt well enough now. He sends me screenshots. I'm going like, yeah, Mike Duval, you're definitely going to fail. God knows what's in your past. And then to me, it's like it's a perfectly balanced market. It surges when it's supposed to surge. When the demand kicks in, it's not like LA that it's all gray clouds or other cities. And I think this is a no-brainer. So let's work on it, Matt. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing something like that. All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content
make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.